Frank's already mentioned with Griezmann, Mbappe. You've got young Dembele as well.
Yeah.
They've got one guy who is supposedly a superstar already.
Yeah.
And
we haven't mentioned him yet.
And Paul Pogba. And it seems to be that people talk about the guys further forward when actually, you know, and Xhaka talks about taking a game by the scruff of the neck and really showing that midfield leadership. That's something I think that he's experienced enough now, both at international level and at club level, that I think Didier Deschamps is going to be looking to Paul Pogba for a bit of leadership on the field, as well as a bit of guile and creativity and some threat from midfield as well.
How's he viewed right there in Paris, Frank Pogba? Is it going to be his time to shine in Russia? It has to be, doesn't it?
Well, he's under lots of pressure. He said that he needs the key of the team. He just said that yesterday in newspapers. He's been very criticized. I don't agree with Craig. I don't think he's going to start against United States on Saturday. I'm not sure he's going to start the World Cup. Tolisso is above him. And on the left side, I think Matuidi is above him. He's been very criticized because, I mean, you have the talent, but we don't see with the national team for the past 2 or 3 years the Pogba we are expecting, and the Pogba who talks about winning the Ballon d'Or. You know, so he put himself, in fact, in a situation where right now he cannot handle what he says, and he has to rectify something. Otherwise, he's facing lots of criticism.
Think about what Frank has just told us there. Paul Pogba might not start the first game of the World Cup, which seemed unthinkable a few months ago.
Matuidi's gone to Juventus, he's experienced. Tolisso's had a good season. I mean, Rabiot's not even in the squad. You've got Kante as well. But we're talking about a guy here who people have put on a pedestal that's going to be the next great superstar in the game. Not a top 10, 15 player in the world, a top 3 or 4 player in the world. And we're possibly looking at a scenario where he's not playing in the World Cup. I mean, that's a sad indictment, potentially, of the season that he's had.
I think that's the thing. Paul Pogba not starting for France is more an indictment of Paul Pogba than it is championing how good this French squad is. Now, I continue to say that Paul Pogba is at his best operating on the left-hand side. Last couple of friendlies, he's played under Deschamps. That's where he played. In the Euros, Deschamps used him to sit in front of the back four, where I thought he was totally ineffective. But he has taken a knock to his confidence. I think he has the talent, has the personality to be the leader in the squad, but just comes into this tournament not having the form. Griezmann is the one in form. Griezmann may be the star, but I go back to this 98 team. He does not hold a candle in Zinedine Zidane in either of those two departments.
Frank, how's Paul Pogba going to react in the squad if he's not playing? How is he going to react around the dressing room for a month if he's not starting? Is that going to be a problem?
Well, it might be, but we have the experience of the semi-final against Germany in the European Championship. If you properly recall, he didn't start. It was kind of a punishment that Didier Deschamps did to him. And he came back, reacted very well, and was one of the main players against the German team. So I think he's a good guy. Really, he's a good guy, and I agree with you. He has the talent for that. But he put too much pressure on himself, saying that he wants to be the Ballon d'Or, that he wants the key of the national team, that he wants to be the #1. Just don't say anything. Just work hard. He played on the left side the last game against Italy. He was the worst player on the field, national team-wise, French side. And so he has to react. You can have the words if you show on the pitch that you are the best. But otherwise, just, you know, be quiet, just work hard. And we don't like that in France. If you talk, you have to produce. Otherwise,
I don't think
it's better if you don't say anything.
I think, well, you know, for a big star player not playing at a World Cup, you know, you've got to have a great mentality to be able to accept that.
I thought he took it on the chin from Jose Mourinho as well. He had his issue with Jose, but didn't seem to be a disruptive element within that Old Trafford dressing room, which is why I say if he's not playing for France, I don't think he will be, you know, anything to worry about.
I'll tell you what, though, you mentioned Mourinho. If he doesn't, and it's still an if he doesn't feature much for France, or certainly at the start, then Jose Mourinho will be like to his detractors, see,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Told you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said all year it was my negative style and I couldn't get the best out of Paul Pogba. Well, have a look.
Yeah.
France are not picking him either.